Hey, sorry it's been a long time getting this together. It's just been stupidly busy, lots of other stuff to do. This is Euphoria episode 6. We're going to rattle through the last 3 episodes of this season because obviously they have now all been broadcast, narrowcast, they've all been uploaded for yonks. But episode 6 was Christopher's story. And
yes.
Mum's been particularly sort of fond and worried about
Christopher,
I'm worried
about
she?
his story, worrying that it's a really sad story.
Yeah, that something awful's going to happen.
I was a little bit... I'm not going to say disappointed by his story because that's wrong for me to say. But I wanted more of his.
I know what you mean.
Wanted more of him. Like everybody else, when it's kind of been their backstory, the episode's been really dedicated to them.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't. He was hardly in his own episode.
So it felt a little bit like with this episode, they were observing the rules that they've established of profiling someone at the front, but then they kind of let go of him, didn't they?
Totally
in the episode.
Yeah.
So he wasn't given as much prominence as some of the other characters.
Yeah, I don't know if he's trying to, if they're waiting to kind of like build up his character in the second season, but I was a bit like, I wanted to.
And it's funny. I mean, they obviously show Christopher getting this sort of advice from his father in sport. If someone's
like
rude
really
to you, really push. But if people have a go at you, the idea is to bottle it up. Now, it's funny, isn't it? Because your mum read that as a really negative thing, and I know what you mean. It's never good to bottle up dark emotions. But I do think that sport is actually a very good way to get rid of emotions. So,
But I think it's the bottling up thing that doesn't work. I mean, like, it makes sense for him to say kind of take that anger and use it to try and be better at what you do. But the whole bottling up thing isn't good because, like, that long period of time where you're bottling up's unhealthy for you. Yeah,
well, and as we see, especially with his character, it bleeds out.
Yeah, it depends on how you take it out.
Yeah. And it bleeds out in his sort of moments of intimacy, really, with Cassie, doesn't it? He's shy, and this is one of the... He's really shy, and I think this... Would you say this is almost a generational issue? Would you say that shyness is considered something to be embarrassed about?
Yeah. Which is weird as well because I feel like there are so many shy people.
That's what I mean. I think most people's problems come back to shyness.
But the problem with like shyness, and I think shy is, it's that kind of the same as anxiety.
Yeah.
It like people have different ways of showing it.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know a single person out of my friends that doesn't have social anxiety, including me.
Right.
But with me, I feel like when I'm in social situations, nobody would feel like I had social anxiety because my way of expressing it is being really overly like chatty and trying to fill in all of the awkward silences and trying to be that one keeping up the...
That's a really interesting point you make on Mental Health Awareness Day as well, because a lot of people say to me, "Oh, you're always so funny and silly and laughing."
Well, that's what I think. I think some of the most kind of
almost comics and comedians.
Yeah, but
funny
like
people.
Exactly, like Jim Carrey and stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the most like messed up people are the ones that come across fine. Because if you think about it, if you're not fine in yourself, you're not going to be moping around.
Absolutely. And I think it's because you can throw, in a weird way, I would say, and it's not to say that I'm not happy a lot of the time. I am happy within the family and what have you, but I do think that a lot of people use extreme behaviour as a way of masking shyness, and anxiety.
Then also shyness can come across as actually being shy and not being able to talk and stuff. And it's a shame that it's still like seen as a weakness when everybody experiences shyness.
Yeah. I think Donald Trump's shy. I think, I'm not apologising for him, but I think fundamentally he probably was shy and treated appallingly as a child. Doesn't make it right what he does, but there we go. We have to talk about the fashion in this. I like the fact that they have lots of parties and stuff.
I loved the designs in this Halloween party.
Yeah.
All the looks were so good because Jules and Rue go as Romeo and Juliet from the film.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So Jules has got the angel wings on and everything. I loved that look so much. And
Zendaya,
her makeup.
Yeah.
And Zendaya looked amazing because she was wearing a suit, but she had that beautiful glitter makeup. She looked so cool. And I loved everyone's look at the Halloween party because Kat was the nun. She had the crucifix.
Yeah, she was good. And then someone was Ted Bundy. Who was that? Was that?
Oh no, no, they weren't Ted Bundy. Kat said to who was it? Ethan, I think she said.
That's right.
Not Ethan, the guy that was going to get off with Kat. Not Kat, Cassie. She was like, Ted Bundy was taller. But someone was dressed up as that artist. What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
Lexi. She was dressed up as...
I forget the name of him.
Oh, the guy with the big afro and the like therapist painter.
That's right.
And all the memes. But that was really funny. I really liked it. Because there's always that one person that comes to Halloween parties actually dressed like scary or Halloweeny, and then everyone else is like, no, you're supposed to come like a slut.
I have to say, whenever we enter these party scenes in the series, I immediately I'm all on edge. It's just like, oh my god, this is just what is going to happen? Where is it going to happen? Who's going to see it? And was this the episode where Cassie was upstairs at the party.
With what's his name?
Yeah, with that boy who was fucking horrible. It's absolutely
what is
horrible.
His
what
name?
is his? I don't know what his name is, but yeah. So I mean, Cassie.
It's the guy that dated Kat when she was really little.
That's right.
And he basically because
he's
the
forgotten
one.
Kat, isn't he?
Yeah, he was the one that was on the carousel with Cassie when she like started masturbating.
That's right. That's right.
But yeah, they basically like go into a room later on in the episode. And she just kind of wants to kiss and stuff, and then he wants to have sex, and she's like, no, and he gets all like angry and really horrible. He's like, do you think anyone really cares about you past that? Like, he was disgusting. And then he had sex with Kat later.
Oh, don't.
And she was like, she mentioned something about them dating when they were younger, and he was like, I don't recall that at all. That's weird. She was like, we dated for like 6 months or what?
So horrible.
He's such a dickhead.
So horrible. And I'm pleased because it could be a series that ends up sort of justifying the backstories of everyone so that every bad bit of behaviour is kind of understood.
No, I didn't think it justified everyone. There were people in there that were just
horrible.
Like,
Nate, meanwhile, is driving around and printing off photos, isn't he?
Of
Jules's nudes. So he's obviously in a sort of blackmailing about wanting to get some leverage on her. It's just
I hate him.
He's such a twisted character.
I hate him. I just hate him.
I mean, obviously, again, we understand he's twisted because his dad's all screwed up, but bloody hell.
Yeah.
And then he goes round and he threatens the real Tyler in this episode, doesn't he? Poor old Tyler, the Tyler, with his neck in a neck brace. He was a gibbering wreck in that attic room. I really felt sorry for him.
I know.
So, and then also another one of my favourite characters is Ethan. Ethan and Kat at the party.
Oh, Ethan, yeah.
They kind of chat and they sort of hook up a bit, don't they? Well, no, they don't hook up, do they? But they kind of hook up, and it's all a bit explicit. It's a bit rude, and it's a bit awkward, and it's a bit embarrassing.
Yeah.
To be honest.
It was a bit.
So
she was really getting on my nerves as well.
Yes.
She's just her new attitude.
I know your mum really likes it and thinks it's
obviously I'm all about her being confident and stuff, but she's just being rude as well, and it's just like, okay.
I find her a bit annoying.
She's annoying.
I just find her annoying, and
she's she's beautiful, and she's a great actress, but her character just annoyed me towards the end.
I have to confess, it was a breath of fresh air when she sort of relaxed and eased
at the
and
end,
softened
in the last
a bit.
episode.
Yeah. Oh, that's further down the way, isn't it? We had a scene. Was this after the party when Cassie and Christopher are having sex? Was it in a hotel room or was it in the bedroom upstairs
Cassie
at the party?
And Christopher. Oh, they go back to before this Halloween party.
That's right.
There was a lot of going back and forth in this episode.
Yeah, a lot of jump cutting.
It goes back to Cassie and Christopher at this other party. It's like a frat party.
Yeah.
And they like go to bed and they're like having sex, and then these group of frat boys come in with like masks on. And they grabbed Christopher and they put him on the floor, and Mum said that she thought that they raped him.
Did they rape him?
But I thought they held him down.
Yes.
I just thought they were holding him down, but Mum's pretty convinced that he was.
I didn't feel that that's what was suggested. I just think they humiliated him.
I didn't think it was, but then afterwards he was so upset about it that I was like, if they just hold him down, that can't have been the only thing.
But then once again, he
and they filmed it.
That's right. And then poor old Christopher then going back to his dad's credo of bottling it up.
He was really good in that scene.
He was very good. He's a cracking actor, that guy,
we loved him in
isn't he?
Detroit.
Yeah, he was brilliant in Detroit.
So he bottles it up and then unfortunately takes it out on Cassie when having sex.
So yeah, that's right. So this episode, that's right, we kept dovetailing in and out of the Halloween party because it was quite a while ago.
Yeah, kept going
in and out, a little bit like that episode which was at the Fun Fair. Do you know they built the Fun Fair just for the show?
Did they?
Yeah, someone said, or they constructed the Fun Fair just for the show.
Oh my God.
But this party, and I quite like the way this series does that. They'll have one big epic, quite theatrical event.
Yeah.
And then from it, we sort of peel off into people's stories. Yeah. So then we had the situation. So Jules is kind of falling out of control. She's very sort of ethereal and
Jules
drifting
is like
away,
really,
isn't she?
really drunk, at this party, and it's a bit difficult for Rue, obviously. She's trying to be sober.
And we're rooting for Rue. You can feel Rue. It's very brilliantly played the way Jules and Rue are drifting without saying anything, isn't it? It's sort of beautifully done, very real.
And Zendaya's so good at just on her face, you can see not the disappointment, what's the word I'm trying to look for?
The sort of, it's the sad, slow realisation that something...
the sad realisation that she's just not, she can tell that Jules isn't interested in her.
Yeah. And Jules has that sort of thing in her eyes where she's interested in the next. Yeah, and so she
doesn't care at all.
And I've gone from really caring for Jules to really getting annoyed with her.
Well, because I care about Rue so much, because Rue's so precious.
Oh, absolutely. And then, final part of this episode, you've got Cassie upstairs. She says no to sex with that boy who used to go out with Kat. He's horrible, isn't he? He makes her feel absolutely disgusting. You know, it's
I
just
hate him.
the second
There's,
time you've done this to me and all this kind of, it just makes you fear for all of your children. And all the way through this, whilst you're aware that Jules is drifting away, you're just painfully aware that Rue is getting closer and closer to the potential relapse situation.
Well, because it's so hard. I mean, come on, at parties, it's almost impossible to, you know, not do anything. Especially if you're trying to, you know, seriously try to be sober.
Yes.
Like, I mean, it's insane that she manages to not do anything at that party.
But if there's one little beat of unbelievability that I find as an addict, it's how able she is to move through such drink and drug-fueled environments without picking up. That's quite... I mean, I don't think you could be in quite so many at that age. I don't think she was able, though.
She had that massive breakdown in the bathroom trying to control herself.
True. And she pulls her sister out, doesn't she, in this occasion as well? She gets her sister out of a second situation at the party.
Oh, I couldn't tell if it was this episode where she, like, confronts the boy.
Yeah, it's here.
It is here?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved that bit.
That was good, yeah.
There was a bit where,
and they both roll with laughter about
Rue
it.
and Lexi, they, like, take the boy that's been getting, like, Rue's younger sister high a lot into a separate room, and like Rue just basically majorly threatens him. And she goes, "I'll go into their room and tell my daughter, my sister, that she's pretty." And he's like, "Okay."
Yeah, Zendaya is absolutely brilliant. I mean, your mum can't get enough of her. She's just
I'm obsessed. I've got the fattest crush on.
God.
But and
so the end of it is all.
And Jules, and there's a bit where Jules is swimming in the pool, reciting all of the lines from Romeo and Juliet. So obviously, there's a bit in the film with Leonardo DiCaprio where they're in the pool and they're speaking to each other. And she like pulls Rue in and they kiss, but it annoys Rue.
It's funny because there's something about it that feels like Leonardo and what's her face in Romeo and Juliet, isn't there? There's an element that's quite sort of shot through with almost that stylistic. Yeah. There's a similar style feel, albeit that's that much older. Yeah. And then really the end of this episode revolves around Nate blackmailing various people. He blackmails the original Tyler into admitting that he's done something.
Admitting to raping.
Assaulting and raping Middy.
And
then he's got these photos on Jules and he encourages Jules to testify.
And say that she saw Tyler doing it.
Absolutely.
And this is all before the party.
Yeah.
And then basically...
So that would account for Jules's sort of distanced, dislocated sort of absence at the party. She knows she's had to get involved in
that's why she would have gotten drunk as well to try and forget about it. But then basically that means that nobody's really focusing on the Nate problem from when he strangled Maddy, and then him and Maddy arrive at the party together.
Right.
There's that really awful moment where
he's so menacing.
Sits Maddy on the counter, like making out with her and like looking at Jules, and you can see in Rue's face that Rue realises something's going on.
And they're in, and Jules stays at the party. And when Nate walked in, he was he's such a tall, horrible, brooding presence.
It's so interesting though, because in this series, this is why this shows how good an actor he is. In this series, his height gives him such an intimidating, scary feeling. But his height in real life, because he's such a sweet guy, is like a cuddly teddy bear, lovely.
Isn't that's testimony to what a great actor he is?
Yeah.
What a great actor. So that was episode 6.